Hi, in this video, we'll show you how to test different cell expansion values or cell dilation values to figure out what is the best value to use for defining ganglia in your particular preparations. So I'd highly recommend doing this first before using it in the main analysis. So go to GAT tools and test ganglia segmentation. Now the names may change in future versions, but it'll essentially be the same. And when you get this, you select the 2D image used for analysis. This is important. So I go here and I say, hey, I used this image. Select the RM manager. So you need to have done the analysis to segment the cells to be able to perform this. I say, okay, give me the neuron ROIs. And then, so I do not know what is the best value for defining the ganglia or defining the cells that are close together that then form a ganglia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, okay, I want to test a value from 10 microns to 20 microns, and let's increment it and by 2, which means I'll test 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So I press OK. And now it's gonna, since it's a multi-channel image, we need to define the channel for hue. So I just look at my image, okay, there, and for hue it's channel number 3. So I look here, it says 3, okay, and now it's going to cycle through all the different values we used, and it'll overlay it on top of the image so we can compare all these different values. All right, so it's done. Now if you look at it, you can, I'll say I take the most minimum one, maximum one. You can see that by dilating by 10 microns, it's already getting individual ganglia. And by 20 microns, it's still good, but I think we're unnecessarily increasing the size. So the main idea here, you'd want to stick with a value which works across different images. You don't want it to, because in some ganglia, they may be a bit separated off, so you probably want a higher dilation value. So here I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, 10 microns works for my analysis. So I will, and you can here it'll tell you how many pixels it is. So it's 10 microns, but it expanded by around 26 pixels. So if I've decided, okay, 10 microns is good, I can, and I tried this on a 3 to 4 different images. Now I will run an analysis of this. So when you go to GAT, the new option now is when you click live neurons. I'm going to select an image. Go to samples. Let's select the same image for now. And in this case, okay, channel hue is 3. And I want to get the ganglia, okay, cell counts per ganglia. So I tick that, and the newest option here is that we have this option called define ganglia using hue. So when you tick this option, it doesn't matter what you enter in here. So you can say it's not valid for this. So you can just enter NA, and that's fine. So once you've done this, click OK. So oh yeah, I think the mistake I made is I entered NA in there. I shouldn't have done that. Let me close this and run it again. I'll just leave it as a number, just to be safe. Press OK. All right, so now it's going to run through the segmentation. So it's doing neuronal segmentation here. So I'm running it on a laptop which doesn't have as much memory. That's not too bad. All right, so now it's done the segmentation of the neurons. So for now, I'm just going to accept this. I'm not going to do any corrections. That's okay. And then it'll use, and then here it's going to ask you, okay, what is, because you selected the cell expansion for defining the ganglia, we say, okay, what is the how much do you want to expand the cells by? So I say, because we defined it as 10, I'm going to say 10 microns, leave it like that. And look, it's going to define the ganglia based on that, and then the analysis is complete. And if you look here, you see that it got 2 ganglia, and each ganglia it found 42 and 41 cells. So this is for the neuronal analysis, and you can use the same for the multi-channel analysis as well. So if you go to analyze neurons multi-channel, if you go here, you'll see the same option appear as well. Say define ganglia using hue. Yeah. So this is so make sure you try a few different values to figure out what is the best expansion radius, and if you're using it, make sure you report that value in whatever, if you're publishing your analysis or your results. So just report what parameter you used for defining the ganglia, and that makes ensure it'll be reproducible. All right, thank you.